I'm going to make a short video, your Dutch uncle, while I'm taping this up. And the rust converter is drying on this mower. Does a real nice job, but you got to paint it real quick, like immediately. They tell you to let it sit overnight. That's BS. That's probably just because of different temperatures and different climates and different regions. But I wanted to make a point to you about the John Deere rear end and the Husqvarna rear end. I've noticed a similarity, and I found one service bulletin from Only, and it was from an independent agway shop somewhere out in Kentucky. And I warned him it's something I know. These tires are metric on the outside, although they fit your rim, and the rim size is correct. He had one brand new tire, which was this one, and then I told him to get this one because it's like slowly winding a rubber band, especially on the Deeres and the larger mowers, especially with the yard machine rear ends or the AMP rear ends. And then they have that Peerless, the Class 2, and I have one of the oil-fed Peerless, the old, I love them, but they're temperamental. That's one of the things is those tires are metric on the outside. The SAE factory tires from Deere and a lot of the other dealers are American, or sometimes they're Goodyear, sometimes they're Dyco. Dyco has since gone to China, just like Carlisle has. So this mower, he has a ton of money in it. He'll have about $1,100 for the restoration. We put a rebuilt motor in it, brand new oversized heads. I favor the Diamond Point engines. So this is a mower that you will not ever destroy once we do a motor on them, because we put the proper oil. That's the other thing is they make a synthetic non-detergent. I don't really think there is such a thing. I just think they say that about it because it really is. It's really a cleaner oil to use, and you don't get the carbon buildup on your pistons. This had a lot of carbon inside the block when I originally broke it down, and then I just decided to switch to the Diamond Plus type of block on it, and then we put it back together and ran it, and it's perfect. So he has a ton of money, and if you don't know anybody in the Northeast Pennsylvania in the Pocono region that can restore your mower, especially you commercial guys that want your mower painted back up, it's starting to rust, it's starting to look like shit, and the customers are starting to notice, or it just bothers you. It's good once you put money like he did, close to $1,000 he's going to be at, you know. But the price of a new mower like this is $4,000 or $5,000, so let's not go there with nitpicking. And there is still some rust, and I'm going to address that. I just didn't get a chance to. We're going to do that a little bit later. All right, so that's the good news and the bad news from your Pennsylvania Dutch uncle versus those bicycles I fool with. The stuff is just getting out of hand. This stuff I can kind of control in a controlled environment. And like I said, I really like these older mowers. It's a very strong powerhouse. So don't put two different size tires on your rear end and expect it to hold up and last, because, as I said, that's like winding a rubber band, and all of a sudden the rear end's going to let loose, and you're going to wonder what the hell happened. And that goes for letting these tires go down also, is what blows the rears, is one tire is lower in pressure than the other one, and one side of the rear is working harder than the other, and the tire then does become undersized to boot, so you're heating up that rear end, and poof, it goes. So learn what it takes to have a commercial mower, or just to take care of your own and make it last a little bit longer. Proper inflation of tires, especially front tires, especially on Craftsman. It'll knock the steering gear, the worm drive gear out of it, the cog gear drive, whatever you want to call it. It will knock it out. So shape up and just take care of your stuff, because these new ones, they're getting cheaper and more expensive and more plastic parts than you could ever imagine. It was bad enough with these hoods that are like eggshells from John Deere. We had to modify this one. These hoods, you can do some tricks. Like we put bolts and cush washers. Not the neatest job, but it'll hold up. As I said, this guy's got a ton of money sunk into this mower, and he wants it to do its job. He has brand new blades, brand new spindles, brand new belt and stuff, brand new pulleys we put on the deck. These guys go out to make money with these, and you don't need it breaking down mid-season and you got to wait a couple months or weeks to get it back, because it does take time to get the parts from the internet. The internet is the problem. I can find the parts, I can find OEM stuff. It's pricey to begin with, but the dealers just don't have it. Nobody has money to carry inventory, at least not me. But I can get the stuff, and the real bad news is it takes a while to get here, sometimes as many as 3 or 4 weeks. I'm going to conclude my video. Take care of your mower. Cutting season's coming. Everything's growing. Everything's starting to sprout up even here in the yard. I got leaves yet to rake up. Everything looks like shit from the winter. We had a really nasty, icy winter up here, and you really couldn't do much to keep up. Snow's not too bad once it melts, but it just kept icing up and getting colder and then falling out because they keep screwing with this cloud seeding stuff. Man, that sun's hot. Where there aren't any clouds, when that sun comes out like it is now, ooh-wee. It heats up real quick, and then the clouds come and it cools down. So you know they're tinkering with something. I'm how old, and I don't remember any springs like the last 3 or 4 that we've had here, and nothing but rain, rain, rain every other day. So have a good one, and go shake hands or tires with your mower. And remember about proper tire inflation and proper tire sizes. It does matter. When you replace the rear end tires, replace them in a pair, and then they both will hold air. Check your rims, just don't have your dealer give it back. Make sure the goddamn things that the rim doesn't have damage. Make sure they replace the valve stems. That's another important thing. You put brand new valve stems in them. So that concludes it. That's it for today. We'll have some more videos out. We're going to have Tractorzilla under construction, and I'm contemplating putting stacks through the hood and everything else. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys.